Hey guys, what's going on? And thanks for tuning into Legatum Gaming. Okay, so as always, I'll provide a recap of the State of the Game update, which was streamed earlier today. Now, this will be a shortened down video. The stream was actually 22 minutes, and they didn't actually go overly into too much detail regarding the newly updated content. It was actually more around fixing some issues and bugs. Alright, so let's make a start. They actually kicked off by confirming that masks are now linked through commendations, and actually not through the leaderboards. So we all know that leaderboards now reward with classified caches. Now they did mention that there was some confusion with the commendations, such as the ones where you can't run without healing skills, etc, etc. Now they did mention that there is forums for this, and for your ease, I will put the link to that thread in the description below. Now, PTS Phase 2 went live today as a second point. Now, they're still suggesting that it may be next week for console players, however, there is no confirmed date. Now, as soon as they do let us know, again, I will ensure I post a video to update you guys. The third point they mentioned was the new exotic weapon. So this is the LMG under the name of Alejandro. Now this will be receiving a nerf as it has been rather overly powered since the PTS launch. So I've seen a couple videos myself on YouTube and it seems incredibly strong. So to be fair, probably a good nerf. Now they mentioned changing the talent on it. However, they didn't actually confirm what that talent will be or in terms of what it's going to look like. So I can't actually confirm that now. However, as soon as they do confirm that, again, I will let you know. Now, the new game mode Skirmish, which will receive some changes, which notably will be the wave timer in terms of your respawn. Now, this is actually due to your team being overly powered. So what they described it as is, for example, if your team's kind of losing 20-0 or kind of like 19-1, or you're being heavily beat, then what they're going to do is they're going to allow your timer to kind of slow down so you guys all respawn at the same time. So, for example, the enemy team don't have time to kind of pick you all off one by one. It's a case of they're going to be fighting versus all four of you, so you have a better chance versus their better four-man team. Now, Alpha Bridge was also mentioned in terms of what the gear set looks like. They actually quoted for all kills you chain together, it gives you a reward. Now, what this reward is, they kind of quoted it to be like a mini super. So, if you get, for example, a player kill or elite NPC kill, it will chain together and it will give you kind of like a buff, which will be a mini super. So as I said, it will be kind of like maybe a mini tack link or kind of like a mini revive or a mini blue, whichever way you want to look at it. Now, in terms of what or how effective that will be in terms of maybe the percentages or the cooldown times, again, they didn't quote specifics. However, as soon as they do, again, I will let you know. Now, some other notes just to get into is you can actually now get D-Tech for deconstructing your gear. So where before we used to sell it just to get extra Phoenix credits, or at least the funds, you can actually get D-Tech now, which is a real good idea considering you don't have to run kind of the DZ, or you don't have to extract all these caches, or at least go and get the D-Tech. So a lot more easier and actually quite a more viable way to increase your D-Tech. So that's a good change. Now, they did cover the changes for the future of the division. Now, in terms of the actual changes as a whole, they mentioned there's certain things in terms of various missions and the new PvE mode and basically just some little bits and bobs. So I'm not even going to cover that because it wasn't anything worthwhile. However, I suppose the main point when they were referring to the future and what I took note of was actually they're going to change the defensive set. Now, they want this to be the most ultimate shield build in the game, which, to my knowledge, I actually thought it was. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have any other thoughts on this. If you do, then drop a comment. Let me know. I would imagine some people throwing together a bunch of gear with maybe a ninja backpack and making the shield build more viable with that opposed to using the defensive set. Now, again, you know, they didn't give too much details in this in terms of what they're going to do. However, they quoted the shield health, so that's one point I can mention. Now, in terms of damage output, I would imagine that would be a change in this. However, I can't confirm it. Now, the last point they mentioned in the State of the Game update was that they actually confused people with the wording of the maintenance, which happened earlier today. Now, they class this maintenance as special event. Now, this is not new content in relation to, for example, an incursion or a global event. So a lot of people thought that was and kind of got excited. Now, they did disappoint a few people. So again, this is actually in relation to the special events they hold. For example, the double weekends they have every now and again. Now, you know, the stream was 22 minutes, I believe, so hopefully I've just made it over the 5-minute mark, so hopefully it's kind of a quarter of the time to you guys to get all the information, again, just to save you a little time. So, just as a mini recap, the main bit I probably took away is the Commendation confusion. Now, a lot of people are going to be farming for the masks, because, let's be honest, they look really cool. So, I will try and put the link in the description below, so if you guys do have any queries in terms of maybe the skill Commendation, then do check it out. Alright guys, well hopefully you did find this video helpful and of course useful. If you did, then hit the like button, drop a comment, or if you did want to see more Division content, then consider subscribing. Of course, remember to tick that bell, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day, guys.